Welcome back to the Wake Up Call here at 101.7 The Point. My guest in studio is Desmond Bane. You might have heard that name before. Desmond just wrapping up his freshman year at TCU. Sort of an uneventful freshman year, wasn't it?
I mean, it had its ups and downs for sure, but I think we capped it off the right way.
Okay, so what was that like, winning the NIT championship? Come on.
I mean, I've never experienced anything like that. I mean, going to Seton, I was able to do some special things, but I mean, being able to play in Madison Square Garden and win a national championship under Coach Dixon's first year at his alma mater, I mean, it was just left me speechless.
Let's talk about Jamie Dixon. I have been impressed with him when he was coach at Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
I just liked his on-court demeanor.
Sure.
I don't know what he's like in the locker room, but I think he just seems like a really great coach.
I mean, off the court, I mean, I couldn't ask for anything more. I mean, he's a great guy. He's a genuine, down-to-earth, kind of laid back until you get on that court. Once we get in between those lines, it's a war. And I mean, defense wasn't really a big thing for me in high school just because, I mean, we sat in the 2-3 zone. But, I mean, when I got there, I mean, if I wasn't playing defense, I wasn't going to play. So, I mean, he's definitely helped me improve my game, and, I mean, he's just a great person, helped me grow up for sure.
Absolutely. Well, there's a lot of things I want to talk about this freshman year because the seniors that you played with, they were on an 0-18.
Correct.
So they go from 4 years ago to that.
Yes.
That is something really to enjoy, even watching that as a freshman, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, just knowing what they went through. I mean, a lot of guys, if you're stuck in that situation, you'll leave, or there's going to be a lot of people talking in your ear telling you need to do this, you need to do that. And, I mean, they grinded through it. They stuck through it, and, I mean, that's really was our motivation the whole season to do it for them.
Well, it was the motivation of the season, and maybe outside of a couple of pockets here in Indiana, TCU sort of flew underneath the radar for the while. Not anymore.
Not anymore. We're on the map now.
Yeah. What are you going to do now?
Good question. we got the target on our back now.
Yeah. I think so, and I think you could see a preseason top 25 ranking. I mean, that's
for sure.
Sort of what you see when you look at NIT champions in the past, and that's got to be real exciting. Let me ask you some campus-life questions.
Okay.
How was the freshman year? Homesick at all? Any?
I mean, it's kind of crazy you asked that because June and July was really hard on me. I mean, I'm a very family-oriented guy, so I mean, leaving was tough, and I mean, there was no kids on campus, so there wasn't much to do. So I mean, all there was to do for me was sit home or sit in my dorm room and think about what was going on at home.
Right.
So I mean, the summer was tough for sure, but once the school year started, I mean, I forgot all about home just like that. I mean, my grandma obviously talked to her every day, and my Uncle Tony for sure, but I mean, it's just so much going on that it's hard to think about home. I mean, honestly, I mean, it's great. I love it.
Well, I know a lot of us around follow you on Twitter. We see the things that you retweet and stuff. So you were following what was going on here with Seton.
Correct.
But I got to think that the class schedule and some of the things that the campus life just gets to be kind of cool to hang out and do those kind of things. And then when season starts, it's just a blur, right?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
That's good. No, it's good. Desmond Bane is our guest here, 101.7 The Point. All right, so if we were to all come down and hang out on campus, or come watch a game, what pizza place are we going to? Where's the good pizza down there?
Uncle Tony, my Uncle Tony, he's a big pizza guy.
Yeah. So
we actually
where are we getting our food? Right on campus.
There's some really good spots. I mean, they say one of the best burger places is right on campus. So I mean,
there you go. Okay. All right.
Do that, and then there's a wing spot right next to it called Buffalo Bros. They got some pretty good pizza.
All right.
I think it's after we hit 5 3-pointers, you get like 5 wings for free or something.
There you go.
So yeah, exactly.
All right.
Stop by, come by the game, you know.
How's your barbecue?
Ooh,
is there a good barbecue down there?
Sure. I mean, we cater in like after our practices and stuff, and I mean that barbecue is second to none.
Yeah. We may end up going long here, so if we have to do another segment, we'll come back and talk a little bit with Desmond Bane. I'm curious about basketball has been such a huge part of your life. It consumes a lot of your time as an adult. It consumes a lot of your time. Do you still play for fun?
I love it. I mean, it's just what wakes me up. I was in the gym at 5:30 this morning. I got up 5:30. Yeah, I got up 5:30 and was in there. I actually just got back, pulled into the house, and came straight over here. So, I mean, it's weird. I mean, growing up, actually, baseball was my love. I mean, I played travel baseball all the way up until the 8th grade. And, I mean, it just kind of got too stagnant for me. So, I mean, I always had played basketball, but I started getting more serious with it, and I found out that was my true passion and my love. And I mean, there's nothing like going out in the front yard and shooting on the goal. I mean, that's just good old days.
That's good, because if you still love it, then that's
Sure.
that's where you're going to be.
Sure.
Now, you were in this studio with some of your teammates,
Correct.
sophomore, junior year?
Correct. I think it was my
Sophomore year.
Yeah.
And so we said, hey, let's introduce yourselves, and you introduced yourself as Black Mama. Do you remember that?
I do.
Okay.
I do. That was hilarious.
Well, listen, that stuff's starting to come true. I mean, just watching you play on the court,
Mhm.
I mean, oh my gosh,
Mhm.
it's crazy. I mean, that's confidence. It's not arrogance. There's a difference,
For
right?
sure, for sure. I mean, you got to be confident in yourself. If you're not confident, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't believe in yourself, nobody's going to believe in you. So, I mean, that's where it all starts, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so Desmond Bane is our guest here in studio. I want to talk. I want to ask maybe about family. Your story has been told several different times, and I don't think we have to, go through that. But do you still enjoy telling that story and sharing how you got to Seton and how you got to TCU? Is that still a story that you like to share?
I love it. I mean, just because, I mean, it's so influential part of my life. I mean, without my grandma and grandpa, my Uncle Tony, I mean, I don't know where I'd be at. I mean, I got to give all the credit to them. They put the ball in my hands. They put me through a great schooling system in Seton Catholic, and I mean, it's led me to where I am today. So, I mean, things happen for a reason, and I'm grateful. I mean, I'm blessed. I wouldn't have wanted it any other way.
Yeah, and I think being a Horned Frog is a great. I think a lot of us around here were going, oh, it'd be nice to see Desmond be local,
sure,
be
for sure.
Miami or someplace.
Mhm.
But watching that team, there's no doubt you made the right decision.
No doubt. I mean, looking back on it, I mean, Purdue was in and out.
Yeah.
And I mean, if a school's going to be in and out like that, then they might not really want you. And I felt like TCU really wanted me,
Right.
so I mean, I went down there, took the visit, and fell in love with it.
And Jamie Dixon,
Tremendous guy.
Coach Dixon. Okay, the last thing I wanted to cover. When I got to watch you play in person, it was during the Bob Weddick tournament that senior year, and I do the announcing for the semi-state games, and there's a lot of excitement and buzz in the atmosphere. But Desmond, when those 3 games that we watched you play at the Bob Weddick Memorial Tournament a couple of years ago, that was some of the most determined basketball that I have ever seen. And it wasn't out of control. It wasn't pushing it. What was that like? What was that feeling? I mean, people talk about being in the zone. There was no doubt that was the tournament was yours.
Correct. I mean, throughout my whole high school career, I've been doubted. I mean, people told me that I went to Seton to take the easy route. I couldn't play at Richmond. I would have been a JV player at Richmond. So, I mean, that was the only chance I had to go up against the 4A competition in my 4 years. So I knew that I couldn't let this opportunity slip away. So I had to go out there and give it my best shot. And I just happened to end up playing real well. Our team played well. Our teammates really helped put me in great positions to score the basketball. And, I mean, we came out 3-1, third place finish when nobody thought we could even compete in the tournament.
Well, that's just it. I think people went, oh, maybe they're Seton. Well, I don't think they'd seen you play.
Correct.
I remember talking to some of the coaches that were sitting behind us during the tournament. They're going, boy, those Catholic schools, they're buying their plays. No, they're not. No, there's no recruiting going on. This kid's been growing up in Seton. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
So we sort of had to shut down some of those rumors, and we did it. Of course, I do a lot with Richmond, but it was such a joy watching the crowd and the players and the team, and I mean, I don't know, it was just a really cool experience. I haven't seen anything like it, so it was fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's talk about real quickly future. So you've got some summer basketball to play.
Correct.
Okay. So all right, what are the next steps for you? You're in town for just a short amount of time.
I am till Sunday actually. I actually got invited to try out for the USA basketball team.
I've heard this.
Under 19. Yep.
Okay.
So that'll take place June 18th through the 20th as a tryout, and then if I make the team, we'll practice for like 3 days here in Colorado, and then we'll fly to Egypt for the World Cup.
You got your passport already?
I do.
All
I
right.
do. Yeah.
How's that picture in there?
Oh, great! Of course.
Well, you look like you've gained a little bit more muscle mass since then. So I don't know how old this picture is, but if you look, I mean, they may not recognize you. Come on, it's tough.
I actually just got the passport.
Okay, you just got. Okay, so it's clean. Okay,
for sure,
all right, because you're not supposed to smile, and that's just not you.
It's not.
No.
Not. Yeah, you see me, I always got a smile on my face, just trying to keep light in the atmosphere. But I mean, after the USA basketball stuff, our team's actually going to Australia for a foreign trip in August. So that'll be 10 days, 5 games. I mean, what an experience. TCU's just,
Yeah.
they've given me everything. TCU and Seton Catholic's given me everything. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, we need to thank Uncle Tony for
Sure.
bringing you out here and having some time. And I don't know, just we love following you, watching you, and it's great to just get to share in a little bit of that. So all the best to you. Stay safe on the court,
For sure.
and we will talk to you soon.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that.